So this is part 2 of common beginner crochet mistakes, okay? And we're going to talk about tension issues. Now, one thing that people don't get is that, in my opinion, tension isn't a skill. It's an ability that you have to retrain often. So first, let's start off with death gripping your yarn, which equals or is the same thing as having tight tension. If you make your tension, if your tension is tight, your stitches will be tight. And if you have tight stitches, you're going to be fighting with your hook every single row, and that's going to be very annoying. Not only annoying, but it's going to very slow you down tremendously. And honestly, the only remedy to that is to just loosen your grip. So if you're holding your hook tight like this, that ain't gonna work, honey. You got to loosen it up a little bit. Crochet is meant to be a relaxing process. So if you're holding your hook tight, you shouldn't be doing that. You're supposed to hold the hook loosely. This is a soft girl hobby, y'all, okay? Let's talk about morning hands versus night hands. And no, I'm not talking about literally morning and nighttime. I'm talking about when you first begin working on your project. That's what I would call morning hands. Your hands hasn't been working, it hasn't been stressed. Your hands are basically brand new and they're ready to work. It's good to take breaks. And I've made videos on ways to take breaks for anybody that suffers with hand cramping and pain. I will make another video because it's been a while since I made tips and tricks for that. So that's why you'll start working on a project, and then you'll work on it for a couple of hours nonstop, and then you start to see your project looking, the rows that you just did look a little different than the rows that you started with. And that's what I mean by night and day. So that's why it's very good for you to take breaks. I like to say 20-minute breaks, just every 20 minutes, take a 5-minute break just to stretch your fingers, go get a drink of water, get up, stretch your back out, so that you can remain with that morning hand tension. Another thing that's important for my beginners is the gauge. Checking your gauge. Your gauge is the same thing as your tension. It's all together, okay? It all goes hand in hand. And I know a lot of people say they don't check their tension, but I love to tell my beginners, always check your tension, because you need to know if your tension is light or if it's hard, or if your tension is tight or is it loose. And that's going to tell you how your project will come out. If you have loose tension, then you'll be able to make your project according to your specific tension, and vice versa with tight tension. If your tension is tight, you'll know, okay, I'm about to make this dress. I know I have tight tension. This is what I need to do. And like I said, when we're talking about making swatches or doing gauge checks for tension, it's especially, I mainly make wearables, so it's especially important for wearables because that's going on someone's body. So you want to make sure that you have the correct tension from the start to your project to the end of your project to make sure that that said dress comes out exactly how you want it, and that it will fit your customer or you exactly how you would like it to. And this is honestly where tension mistakes become expensive, because if you spent $20 on one skein of hand dyed yarn, and you're sitting here saying you're making a sweater, okay, and you find out your tension is not correlating to that specific expensive yarn you bought, you're going to be very pissed, okay? This happened to me before. So this was part 2 of common beginner mistakes. Save this video for your next project, or save this video if you haven't made crochet or you're just getting into the crochet world and you're about to make your first big project. Save the video, reference back, go over these 4 little tips that I gave you guys, and I promise y'all be good. Also, part 3 will be uploaded tomorrow, so make sure that you are looking out.